guy's not going to want to leave that position, is he? Oh. Alright. Back to you. If I can get that guy to shoot down like that, it's going to be an easy one to kill. Alright. See if we can't do that a little better. What? That should not be a thing. That time I should, but previously that was hokum. Alright. Thanks, F. Alright, let's see here. We are going to try and do this test threads. And the wrong one of those on anyway. I want fire resist. Where'd that go? There you go. Oh boy. I'm supposed to jump. Not that. trapped. Why is that not doing anything? What? Hell. Close. Oil-soaked tear. The hell does that one do? Coats in right in oil and mixed physique. Why? This ain't Texas, it's DA. Hi! Those guys should be worth so much more. They're worth like 10,000. I guess they're not going to carry runes around. So can't be too mad. Alright. Just realized something. I have two. What spell do I actually have memorized here? Spirits. Never mind. So, those that are watching that have watched previously, I have switched my build from a sorcerer-based, int-based sorcerer frost spell to a ancient dragon lightning build. I'm currently on my way to get the armor set that will make it even better. Jacobs. That's the goal, anyway. What's that over there? Bugs. So in the rebuild, I decided to enable the Knight's Lightning Spear. And the problem is it needs 40 dex. Which meant that to get the build as I wanted it, I'd have to give up some of my mind. So my FP is much lower than it was. I have to go down there to get it? I forgot about those. Oh. Maybe. Barely. Moldmonger's Bell Bearing. Don't know what it's for, but it must be good. Round rock. Oh. Oh, there's dry leaf stuff. It's weird. More round rock. glass shard. Yes. Not really. This could be it. Nope. Oh boy. The question is, do I really want to go after that mausoleum? It's 178,000 runes. Ah, hell. Why not? Do that. I doubt I'm going to need that. Do physical damage negation. Do added lightning damage. Let's do added lightning damage. Hold on. I didn't change my physique. I can ride straight to it. Where? That's the one. No, I am risk averse when it comes to runes. And I'm not scared of the fight. I just don't want to lose the runes. I'm still set up for extreme magic damage, not lightning. And so the question is do I want to go with the eliminate FP consumption, which I don't think is worth it for this build, because I don't think this build really cranks that out. I think I'm going to go with negation, because I can jump straight into the fight that way. What else? I'm going to... Yep, switch that. And I could have better armor. I don't need the quiet. Yeah, that'll push me to heavy load. If I go... this and this. Damage, speed, lightning. Okay. Oh. May as well pick up some of these. Not entirely sure what I use them for yet, but I'm sure I will. And I don't even know why I'm still wearing that hat, come to think of it. Oh, that's why. It's the only one I have on me. Alright, let's see. I guess we could add in... There. Oh shit. I'm trapped. I was trapped right in there. That was awesome. Alright. Let's do that differently. So my pest threads, which I shouldn't have been using it anyway, just went straight into the walls. All right. Ow. Damn it. Nope. Nope. Aha! Yeah. So this is a new build. I've been playing with this for an hour. So, like, my brain is still thinking, what would I do with my previous build? And it would be significantly more effective, I think. What? I'm also missing a couple of spells because I haven't gotten to where they are yet. Part of it's because I haven't burned the tree yet. So I'm finishing the DLC in order. Well, I got to the DLC in order. I've done the DLC very much out of order. Dive. No. No. I hate this tight space. Okay. Just no getting around it. No, there's 170,000 runes, but at least I don't care about the runes anymore. Yeah, this is a hell of a fight to pick without the shit that I want. Well, alright, there's another route that I can go with this. How about dodge? Oh. Okay, that was the wrong set of stuff to do anyway. Hey, young Slim. Hey, Nicholas. time for this freeze. Where is he? Lost him. Nope, nope. How about... Oh, come on. That's something I still have to figure out why it's doing that. I don't know if you guys are even seeing this on the stream, but it'll freeze and just hang for like a minute and then go back to doing its thing. Yeah, I know. You are absolutely giving the right advice. Don't be greedy. Yeah, I'm not sure why it does that. I actually think I have a temperature problem with my CPU. I thought I did something. No, it's not the game. I'm pretty sure it's a temperature issue. It doesn't happen unless I'm streaming. So when I watch the CPU, I see temperature spike, and it seems to correlate when the temperature spikes. Oh, I got greedy. I'm not good at not being greedy. My last build was a much more greedy build. It was a frost mage. I'm using the physique as I enter. It's the physique is increased lightning damage and decreased damage taken. That's the physique right there. No, that's... I got greedy on the physique. It's a hotkey. It's one of the, if that's what the subsection's called. It's down. Oh, this is first for this character. This is first playthrough. This is a new build. I set up this build literally right before I started streaming. So I have played this build before, but I had the correct armor for it. Right now, I do not have the correct armor, and so I'm not as strong as I would be. And quite frankly, I forgot my hat. So I can also, instead of doing more damage, I can take significantly less physical and see if this helps as well. That's not what I asked you to do. One more shot. Come on. It's... yeah, it's tough because... I'm still... I swear I'm getting... Gotta, like, fix the fingers and how I roll and... Nope. Oh, that was greedy. No, 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 no! Straight for him, then behind. So I can. Remember, I'm not melee at all. So the reason that in fact, I am tempted to stop trying to use that. That has a knockback on it, which is what I was trying to kind of get in there. I'm gonna give a try and make one change. Let's see. What? No? Okay, so that was not the change that was supposed to happen. That was a mistake. No, I dove that. No! That was a mistake. Nope. Dive, damn it, dive! I have. the faster the spell, the less damage it does, and the less likely it is to cause him to stutter. So this is the fastest spell that I've got. I'm just going to go straight in with that. You're asking the right questions. I run out of stamina. That's one of the trade-offs. This is a... I'm missing 2 spells. That would change this drastically. Well, yes, that was somewhat greedy. Well, okay. If I spend the entire fight dodging and casting every 2 minutes, and the advice is not bad, but it's painful to just spend that much time. But let's see if I can do this a bit smarter. So you're giving good advice. Yep. See, the problem is that... anyway, the problem is that I suck at this game. Let's just be clear. At least, this is a melee fight, and I'm trying to do it as a caster, and I don't have any melee spells like I did when I was doing my Frost build. Then I had the sword. What? Dive? I'm telling it to dive! Ah! No, no. No, no. What? Green shot. Greed. Damn it. Hey! Thank you for the advice. Oh, what is this armor set? I'm afraid to look. What does this stuff do? Increases damage dealt to foes, but greatly increases damage taken by the wearer. there's a set that I looked at this that's built around it. A build where you're fragile, but your DPS is really high. Weed cutter. Additional inputs allow for the continuation detail. Alright. Of course I don't want it, but 90,000. Well. So, increased damage to the wearer can be okay. The trick is it's a trade-off, right? There are two things to remember. Every fight is a stepper function, meaning that it's you take a bunch of damage, then you take a bunch of damage. It's like steps. It's not like this. When people talk about DPS, right? The problem is that DPS implies that the damage you're taking is like this, and it's not. It's like bam, 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 right? It's these big steps. And then your dealing damage is the same way. Unless you have something like poison or rot, right? You put rot on someone, you can just run around in circles as long as you don't get hit, and they just keep taking damage. I mean, it's like, but it's basically like a line. If at any point on the stepper function, if it steps to where your hit points are 0, you die. It doesn't matter what the rest of the stepper function says, right? So if you can increase your damage output enough, it doesn't matter that you're taking more, as long as that stepper function puts them to 0 before you get to 0. So increasing damage taken doesn't matter much, because if you die in 10 hits, let's say, with 0 hit points, it's exactly the same as if you die with 10 hits, but the 10th hit gets you to negative 1,000. It doesn't matter, it's still 10 hits. So if it doesn't decrease the number of hits you take to die, it doesn't matter that you're taking more damage. Well, okay, granted. But if you die in 2 either way, it doesn't matter that you're taking more damage, you're still dying in 2. You know what I mean? Anyway, just one way to think about the math behind this stuff is people think about it in a theoretical way, but you have to look at it in an actual way. It is still a very theoretical conversation, don't get me wrong. All right. So we're going to go back to this, we're going to go back to this, and we're going to go back to this. I think... Oh, no, I can go down this way. Okay. See, one of the ways my mentality's had to change is when I would have seen this before, I'd be like, rock sling, and that would be the whole thing. Nice. What's the platinum trophy for? I genuinely don't know. Holy cow. Oh, there he is. Oh, man. Oh, nice. Congrats. Did you kill the super secret magic golem or magic gargoyle thing? It's not really a boss, but it fights like a boss, and it's in a place that's really hard to get to. Oh, snap, I hate those. You have to YouTube it. I think if you look at something like hold on a sec. This guy's like a nightmare mob. Oh, only 3? How long do millennia take you? That's usually the one that kills people. Whoa. I totally did not see those guys behind. Uh-oh. Oh no. I found so I found that Moloketh was difficult. Difficulty never caps. I don't think so. At least it didn't used to. Oh, snap. Oh, well, thank you. Moniker Mira, thank you. I do my best to be a decent human being. Oh, so much FP. Oh, there's a bug behind me. I forgot I need my food. There we go. There we go. Keep Torrent well fed. How about let me actually do stuff? Those wasp things, just nightmares, man, nightmares. That doesn't look good. What? What am I not seeing? Okay, he didn't die going down. How is he surviving that? Good lord. Which one? The one I'm using right now, honed bolt. I think it's a DLC incantation. I think that's where honed bolt came from. That's a good question. Oh, I think this is where I was trying to get to. It's from the Dragon Cult prayer book. So you have to find the Dragon Cult prayer book and then turn it in. I am curious. Is there something below? I don't think so. Sure as heck doesn't look like it. Hey, 2 aces. I do not trust this. There's one. Oh, nightmares. Okay. Now, really hoping is that he has a friend that he's going to go attack. That's what we're really hoping. Would seem that he does not. He did. He just didn't attack him. Hmm. I've never used one of those sprite stones. Interesting. There we go. Yep. Now I'm remembering. I'm also remembering that some of these have drops that you can use. There, over there. That, you drop down there and then go across. Okay. Alright. Yep, right there. Mm-hmm. Nope. Shit. Not a fan of those, in case that wasn't obvious. Now, does he have a friend? Just my luck, he doesn't have a friend. There's the corner, right about over in there. Man. Hey, Tyrus. I changed my build. I switched to an incantation build. Oh, Snikey. Oh, great one. So remember when I kind of mumbled about dropping down? You hop over that ledge, walk over there, and then you can drop down to where I am right now. So the trick on each level is to find the lever that turns on the lighting system in the area that you're in. Hidden path ahead. So see how this area is dark? Oh. Oh. Right there. Damn. There's a guy right there. It's killing me. Yeah, that's why I'm using it. The problem is that it forces me to crank my dex up to 40, which is rough. Oh, my... Wait. Nope. Dive. Could you please not get stuck there? Oh, come on. Really? Make me use a bow. I hate those guys. Like, his spells like that work perfectly. I can't hit him, but he can hit me no problem. Whatever. All right. No. die? Thank you. Some people have the craziest builds. There, this turns on the torches. There you go. Now we can see. But there we go. And that's where that guy was. Alright. Feels like a pretty lackluster return on investment. Alright. I just realized I'm not silent running anymore. This is not my first playthrough. I have not played the DLC in a really long time, but this is not my first playthrough. Oh, shit. I hate those guys. What can I say? Alright, well, I can skip a bunch of stuff. I can say that. No. Will these reach? No. That will certainly reach. Alright, so I can give you... So there's someone on Twitch who's chatting about it. I was not Imposter the Second. Alright. So there are 3 things that I can recommend when you begin the game. Early game melee is much easier than caster because you have a chance to survive better. The opening area where you first join in, there's the kind of knight guys with the just standard tabards and sword and shield and all that stuff. Play around with them a little bit. Get used to some various stuff that you can do. You don't need to be fancy. Fancy generally gets you killed in this game until you get to where fancy is how you play the game, which is much, much further and deeper in. Go with basics, go with trusted, and don't be in a rush to get a billion runes and just level. All you're going to find is that you survive stuff that you should learn how to play with, and instead you start fighting stuff that's absolutely unforgiving and punishing. Earlier game, play melee. Go melee with a few support spells to do things like heal yourself, etc. That's it. There's a bastard sword you can get very early in the game. Use it. It's a fantastic weapon. You can win the game with it. Builds like the one that I'm playing right now, standard melee build. Follow a guide that just talks about how to do a basic melee build. You wear the heaviest armor you can get away with. You use something like the bastard sword, and you just get used to how that playstyle is. That is going to be the easiest, most forgiving way to play the game, and you're going to die a lot. Don't be in a rush. You're going to skip a whole bunch of useful stuff. What'll happen is you'll get much deeper into the game, and then you'll be like, oh, I looked up this, I need to have this thing, and then it turns out you skipped it, and you should have had it the whole time. Take your time. There he is, little bastard. Did you shoot? Oh, shit. Yeah, games punish. The best description of playing Souls games, even if it's just Elden Ring, the games punish stupid. So as you're doing something and you think about what did I do during a fight, you're going to be like, oh, that was stupid. Yep, and the game punished you for it. Another way to think about it is the game punishes greed. Thank you, thank you. The game absolutely punishes greed. When you think, I've got one more swing before I have to do the dodge, no, just dodge. You'll see, if you look at my feed on TikTok and you were to scroll back, you'll see people are saying, you got greedy. It's, yep, that's why I died. This game punishes stupid. Play smart, play clean, play easy. No, explore. There really isn't much of a story to follow, honestly. There is. It's not. It is an interesting part of the game. There is nothing you can do early that will prevent you from winning the game. Like, there's a key, and there's a quest where you can give a guy a key. And if you try and give him the first key you find, he says no, he just won't take it. Oh, I'll say this. The guy on the horse at the beginning of the game, you are not supposed to fight him right off. What is the hardest enemy or boss? Boy, that's a good question. I think Mesmer is probably the hardest boss. But that is definitely not the tree guy. I hate that spell. Tree Sentinels. Oh, no. Tree Sentinels are nowhere near the hardest boss. It just... The hardest boss... The boss that is the hardest to beat without cheese... Remember, you can cheese stuff. The hardest boss... the hardest boss without cheese, when you encounter them, unless you force the game, is probably the Tree Sentinel at the opening sequence. But if you go back when you're level 2 and you have a mount, you can beat him. But there's no reason to, because you'll never be able to use his axe. That depends on what you want to play. If you want to be melee, you need strength and vigor. If you want to be a caster, you want to be int and vigor. If you want to be a priest type, which is what I'm playing right now, what you're kind of watching, you need faith and vigor. You'll notice vigor is a big... Yeah, Melania. She is unquestionably one of the hardest creatures in the game. If not the hardest. But you won't get to her until you have leveled up a significant amount. So that's kind of what I mean by it depends. She is a fight of knowing the right way to do everything. So she's a fight where you have to play the right way. I would suggest you don't farm runes, and instead you play slowly and outwardly from the starting point. You will earn runes that way. But if you... I've given the same advice to a whole bunch of people, even some streamers. Bosses can, but they are... The boss fights that are the big bosses, right? Not just the end of an instance, but the big bosses that happen in the game, you're not meant... You can force your way to them at very low level. If you play that way, you're going to be very disappointed if you don't like to have an exceptionally difficult game experience. I guess is kind of what I'm trying to say. All mobs drop runes. Oh, you went to Chillin. Yep. If you're just a couple hours into the game and you're not leveling, Chillin is not where you should be. You know, there's the caravan with the two big giants at the beginning of the caravan? And there's a whole bunch of guys that wander with it? That's a fantastic place to farm at low level for runes. You get 1,000 for each one of those big trolls that are pulling the cart. And they let you practice stuff that you normally wouldn't get to practice very much. Oh, yeah. Don't... Again, people have played level 1 and beaten the game. If you do everything perfect, it will work. I urge you to not try to make it work. It's just going to be total frustration. Have you gotten the bastard sword? Okay, it's the first thing you can reasonably get. This is all you got to do. You probably just didn't know it was there. When you meet Kale, the vendor that you can buy a couple things from, and you start heading kind of deeper into the territory, there's that little town at the base of a gate that has a bunch of guys wandering around in it. There are 2 wagons, and there's a spear. I think it's a spear guy guarding each wagon. I think it's called the Bastard Sword. I don't think that's the one I mean. I mean, that's not a bad one. But there's a chest right next to the guy that you kill, and in it there's a weapon. There's a couple of them that you can pick up, and the one that you get, you can use it one-handed, two-handed, whatever. It's a fantastic sword. Maybe it is the Lord's Great Sword. I thought it was called a Bastard Sword or something. But it's... Like I said, you can win the game with that sword. No question. There's one right there. But that's great sword. People have beaten the game at level 1. They just never use runes to level. It's doable. It's just really, really hard. And there's no reason to punish yourself trying to do stuff like that. You can always find some little thing that's just a little bit better. I think it's overkill. Just an opinion. Huh. Alright. If you watch for a second, I'm going to show you the kind of thing, if I can get back, that you want to look for. I saw it earlier. I did not use it. There's lots of fantastic weapons. I'm telling you. Okay. See how there's a hole in the railing right here? Sometimes that's a little thing that warns you that there's a spot like this. Okay, there's a guy there. Oh, that's a much bigger problem. Yes! Okay. Ha ha ha, that's what I wanted. Alright, everything just changed. Death Knight. Death Knight. Death Knight. Death Knight. Ho ho ho, yes! Alright. This just jacked up my damage 8%. This is the suit I was looking for. Ooh. And thus begs the question, how did I know it was there? I knew it was in the dungeon, I just didn't know where in the dungeon. But we've got to look. So remember, I was there and I said I want to go back and check out an area. This is where I was standing when I said that. That's that opening I went through. Ha ha. All right, success. This gear that I'm wearing is the point. Now, look. You look down and make sure that there's not a hidden thing beneath these lifts, which can happen. Oh, boy. This just got seriously mean. Yeah, I would be careful looking up stuff like best early weapon, blah blah, that kind of thing. You're kind of setting yourself up for pain because there are items which, if you've never played before, getting it is really hard because you're not used to all the stuff you have to do. So people get it for their second playthrough. No worries. Oh boy. I remember this. I remember it being a significant problem. Oh man. Shit. Going to a boss in order to get the runes that you want is not the best way to go. If you want runes at the point in the game that you're at right now, I'm telling you, that caravan that you encounter is going to be the best place. The cat boss. Oh, and then Selin is right after it. Those are hard, by the way. Huh. Did he go back in his little hole? He did go back in his hole. Can't believe I just missed. Why has he not attacked his friend? Horse hockey. I call horse hockey. Oh, snack. There he is. Really bad feeling about this. That's because you're doing all melee. Blue bar is mana. FP in the parlance of the game. So if you watch the blue bar in my game, as I cast spells, the blue bar goes down, or as I use special attacks, the blue bar goes down. Go down yet. I've still got stuff up here to do. It depends on the ability. Yeah, like a special... Yeah, sort of. So... Okay, I'll give you an example. So this is a sword, right? It's a katana, which has a typical 5/ attack sequence. 1, 2... Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that 5 is a finishing attack. So if you look at your available... I have a lot more than I have loaded in. Yeah, I don't have it in the melee one. So one of them will say, as your last move, you'll get extra damage, for example, or raises attack for your finishing move. That's the 5th attack. That's the one-handed version. This is the two-handed version. Oops, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So also 5. And that fifth swing is what'll get you like a bonus if you're wearing that trinket. Okay, so if I hold shift and I attack, notice it's a different sequence, right? So that's an attack sequence that's a heavy attack. But that's not like a special attack. So this is a special attack. And that is unique based upon the weapon that you have. Moonveil, which is this sword that I have, it's for people that use magic, which I don't use anymore, so I don't really need it. But Moonveil has that as an attack sequence. Rakasha's Great Katana, I actually just picked this up. You'll notice it's a Great Katana has a different sequence. 2, 3. Right? Yes, to some degree. There are... So see how, like, this is a named weapon? Instead of it just being a katana, it's Rakasha's Great Katana. So this is, like, a very special weapon. Bolt of Grandsax is also a special weapon. Lizard Greatsword is not a special weapon. You could get 100 of these. Vulgar Militia Saw, not a special weapon. Lion Greatbow, special weapon, etc. And depending on which of these that you have. And when you do a special attack, if you watch my blue bar, see how the yellow appeared and then it went down? Yellow shows you how much you're going to use and then it gets eaten. No. Any weapon will have a special move. That's where you get what's called an Ash of War. Hold on, let me see. So, no, those are Spirit Ashes. Hold on. Those are ashes. Here we go. I had them here for a second. So these are Ashes of War. You can put them on a weapon that doesn't have one. It's a special attack. So when you saw me use... Let me see if I have it. Yeah, I don't. So you can have an attack like Uppercut, or Upward Cut, or Wild Strikes, or Kick. You can put these on your non-special weapon so they have like a special ability. Yes. That's also what the grease does. So if you take a grease, you go, and then it's like glowing red, that's like a fire grease. That will add fire damage to the weapon, but it doesn't give you any special moves, I don't think. This is the kind of stuff where it's better to kind of play around early game and to discover this stuff, see how it works and find a style then, rather than getting like much deeper into the game and realizing you're just kind of spamming through and trying to figure out how to use a special weapon. Yeah. The reason that I'm using the Bolt of Grandsax is because this weapon is enhanced by anything that enhances lightning. And I'm wearing now a charm, a talisman that gives me lightning damage. These give lightning damage to incantations, but they're just because they're incantations. This whole weapon set increases lightning damage as well. Well, it increases Ancient Dragon damage, which is lightning, which is this kind of weapon. That's more complicated. Yeah. So this talisman that I'm using gives me more potency. It increases the power of incantations. This one increases it more. This one shortens spellcasting time. This one raises lightning but lowers damage negation. There are other ones. I have a lot that are in my storage. I don't have them on me, but there's same thing for sorcery spells. This decreases damage. For physical damage, fire damage, lightning damage, non-physical damage, more generic. There's ones that raise strength, dex, int, faith, etc. I have a whole bunch stored away in the bank. Every time you kill something, I get a little bit of FP back. The problem is, it's trade-offs. What I'm worried about... Anyway, probably shouldn't be. Ah, this is what it is. When I throw this switch, a mob is going to appear. Some talismans only pros. So if I put on this talisman, my dex goes up. That's it. If I put this talisman on, strength goes up. That's it. If I put this one on, my maximum equipment load goes way up, etc., etc. Some of them, spells consume less FP, maximum hit points is reduced. So if you look on my screen, you'll see that if I light this one up, spells will cost less FP, so I can cast more of them, but my hit points went down by 120, 118 or something. So it depends on the talisman. This one just lowers FP consumed by skills. This one raises charge spell, enhances the damage of a charge spell. These ones raises fire, lowers damage negation, so you take more damage. Okay, now you're asking the big questions. That depends. This, see how it's grayed out and I cannot put it on? I cannot wear this and wear Radagon icon. I can only pick one. However, these, even though they're both potency increases, I can wear both. Same thing is true for these two. Usually, when one kind sort of upgrades another, you can only pick one. So, Radagon's, the one I have on now, just lowers casting time. This one lowers casting time a lot, but I take more damage. So I have to decide, do I want to take more damage and cast faster, or just cast a little faster? Depends on the talisman. And some talismans have like one use you'll only ever use it for. If you keep playing and you play long enough, you'll eventually be in the Lake of Rot. There's a talisman you're going to put on for the Lake of Rot. You'll never use it anywhere else. It's the only time you ever is when you're trying to run across it, because it'll save you. I'm going to regret this. I think. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh. So, I'm being very honest when I say, don't rush through the game. It is gorgeous to watch. The sound is amazing. Like, it's the only game I've ever played where I'm not turning the music off after 5 minutes. It's visually stimulating. The audio is stimulating. The gameplay is stimulating. As frustrating as it is, it's satisfying when you win. And if you find that it's harder than you want it to be, just play in the easier areas a little longer, farming up stuff, checking stuff out. Not like just kill the bird, kill the bird, kill the bird. You'll understand what that is later. You'll get enough runes, you'll level up, and the fights will become somewhat easier. They'll be a little bit less punishing. Yeah, kill the bird. This is one you will learn. Killing the bird. There is a farm that is the ultimate rune farm, and if all you want out of life is more runes, kill the bird. It's kind of all there is to it. It's this spot on a ledge. I'll show you if you stick around and I win this fight quick enough. I'll show you what that means. Oh, boss fight. Yeah, taking everything. You only... It's okay to do the same stuff. Don't make the game punishing because you're desperate to get deep into the game. There's just so much stuff to see and do that if you're careful, you can find everything everybody's found and you can, you know, completely run through the game. There are quests that you cannot get all the endings on unless you play again, and there is that concept of playing a second time, a third time, on the same character. You can do what's called new game, and you're basically starting from scratch, but with most of the stuff you had last time. There are things that you won't have anymore, but that's because it breaks the game. Like the keys that you have to kill to get. You don't get to keep your keys. Okay. What's about to happen here? What's about to happen is... fight is a nightmare. Oh, no. Nope, nope, nope. Ha ha! Alright, I'm glad I beat that one try. Oh. Alright, I was very lucky. I will fully admit to the fact that I was very lucky in that fight. Okay, so when you get higher later in the game, remember I'm in the DLC, I'm in Shadow of the Erdtree. So when you get later in the game, you tend to start building around a concept that you're going to try and do. And in this case, the concept that I'm building around is specifically the dragon... hold on, let me show you. See how this... in this item at the bottom it says boost dragon cult incantations? So basically, I'm a dragon cult incantation build. What that means is it's tons of lightning damage. So I'm using an item that buffs lightning damage specifically. Anything lightning, this will increase it. But I take more damage for it. This shortens casting time. All caster builds. I'm a caster build. You gotta have it. It's casting time's already hard enough. These crank up the damage of the incantations. This armor set is unique. Oh, wrong button. Inventory. That armor set is unique. If you notice, enhances skills and incantations of the capital's ancient dragon cult. That's the dragon cult spells, which include this spell, this spell, this spell, this spell, and it includes... I'm still missing spells, by the way, or I have more. And it includes this weapon that I'm using. So the whole build is modeled around this concept that I'm going to play this way. Until 4 hours ago, I was not built to do this. I was built to do instead frost damage, which is a caster. It's a sorcerer wizard type damage, int based rather than a faith based damage, which is what this is. I would not focus on that kind of concept. So, couple things. Let me first show you. Now, keep in mind, you're seeing what leveling looks like when you've leveled. For me to level, I need 300,000 runes. And right now I'm just cranking up my mind. So notice, I'm about 50,000 runes short. Right? So, I'm going to do the bird, because I don't want to run around 50,000 runes. I'm about to go to an area that's very nasty. Yeah, 300,000 runes. Keep in mind, I'm like level 199 or something. So, I'm going to a place that you have not seen yet, and that is way over here. I'm putting on my bow, and I'm shooting this bird. The bird will run off the ledge, and it dies, and I get 11,000 runes. And I'm being dumb, because, yeah, well, I should have been wearing my gold scarab. I camp. I come back, and I shoot the bird. If I don't hit the tree instead. And off the ledge it goes. And because I changed to that scarab, that's another... Yeah. Well, no, because once you pass the first couple of levels, the amount of runes you need keeps going up. But point is well made, however. Now, I know that to level, I need 306. So I'm going to level 200. So I need 306,000. That's a couple more bird kills. Oh, it does. Now I have to wait for the runes to hit. There. Now I can camp and come back. You can see the look at how many people just appear where I'm at, because they're doing the same thing I'm doing. I, generally speaking, do not use another 3,000 runes. I have not been leveling using this method. Ah. Almost everything. There are bosses or mobs that will not respawn once you've killed them. Level up. Mind. By the way, you can kill these guys too, but it's not really great to do that until you've actually won the game. That's when it kind of gets interesting. Yep. Yeah, 300... I think I need 312,000 now. Yep. You have to be playing a really long time on a character to get there. I was just... Yeah. Yep. Check this out. If this is where I think I am. This is the DLC. This is Shadow of the Erdtree. So, the place that I was in before, this is Elden Ring proper. This is underground. Ansel River, Deep Root Depths, Sophia River. This is what's called the underground. And there's above ground. So that red place you went to, that's over here. Yeah, this is almost the whole map. This is the Halig Tree. And there's another part right here that I have not gotten to yet. Technically I have, but that's complicated. Oh no, you probably... Did you beat the boss in this castle? Yeah. So, here is Kale. Right? You probably talked to this guy and said, "Hey, Kale." And you probably checked out the guy on the horse that was over here, and he probably handed you your equipment. Aw, come on. Is that really heavy load? All right. Hold on, I'm gonna... Oh, those guys are such a pain. Oh, no. Hold on. I was hoping to show you something. There is something that if you can learn how to do, it will change your game experience if you're melee. Okay. Two things. One, the sword I was talking about earlier. Is... It is Lord Sorden's great sword. Is that the one that you have? Yep, great weapon. Don't change it. If you've got it, you're doing great. Don't let people tell you otherwise. Now, I'm not very good at this, and I wish I was much better, but these guys are the easiest ones to learn how to do it on. So, I'm using a buckler, okay? So, did you see how I smacked, using the buckler I smacked, and it did that whole noise? Where it's like, shtung. That's a critical. See if I can get this guy. Now, it doesn't work with all attacks. It is... You can absolutely do it to bosses. Practice, practice, practice before the boss. I will suggest something. You cannot get the buckler until after you've defeated the first of the bloodline bosses, which is that castle that I was talking about. So there are two things that you want to do that are you can do right now. First, oh wait, hold on. Hold on a minute. Actually, don't want that on. The jellyfish shield gives a buff that I haven't been playing with. Okay, so there are two things. I'll show you in the... I'm going to sort chest so you can see what I'm talking about. I don't want you... I don't want you anymore. Get a dagger. Keep at least one dagger. This is called Sacred Dagger because of the Ash of War, but keep a dagger around until much later in the game. Just have it in your inventory. I'll show you why in a second. And the other thing is you want to look for this shield. I'll show you exactly where to get it. Okay? It's called the Beast Crest Heater Shield. Get this shield. Best shield in the game. For generic shield use. There are specialty shields that are better. This is the best stats in the game for what you can do with it once you've upgraded it. So this is the shield you can get. You can get it right now. It is at your level. There's nothing goofy about going to get this shield. Yeah, medium leather shield's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just this shield has better stats, and as you upgrade it, it just keeps getting better. So it's super easy to get. So daggers drop all the time. I'll show you why a dagger in a minute. The shield is super easy to get. Oh, have you been here at night? The bats show up. So this, you should have this one here. Have you found the whole evil Black Knight guy who's on the bridge at night? Oh, he's there right now. I haven't fought him. Let's go beat him up. Or die trying. Ah! Dang it. Oh, cheater. He's getting his horse back. Ow! Oh, yeah? It's the level difference. He is... So, you can beat him at your level with the sword that you have on horseback. You do the same thing I was doing, it just takes longer. I have a massive damage build. It's because this is the opening part of the game. So if you notice... Am I getting here the easiest way? Hold on. I'm not. Hold on. I want to show you the easiest way to get there. Alright, sorry. Going back, rewind. I meant to do that. So, you're going to go to... We're back here, right? This is that castle, that keep entrance or whatever. The gateway. And then this is that town, right? This is what you're going to do. You're just going to ride up this way. Don't freak out. You're going to hear those guys shout up top. Those big troll, whatever those things are up there. Okay? You're going to run through here. You're going to collect all of this Fergal Bloom. Take just a second. You're going to go to this. You're going to jump. You're going to forget the fact that there's a bunch of those guys. You're just going to run this way. Just forget those guys. They don't exist. Oh, there's another night bird. Alright. You're going to get to here. Don't do this at night, by the way. There's a bad guy that spawns back there at nighttime. Don't panic. You're just going to ride to here. Nothing's happening. Nothing bad. Right? You're going to fight. This area's at your level. This is all appropriate for your level. You're going to fight through this area. You can do it on horseback. I'm not, because I just want to get this part done. Okay, you're going to fight through this whole area. I know I'm making it look easy. Okay? The shield I just showed you is in this chest. You don't have to kill everything if you don't want to, just enough so that you can walk up to this, and that's where the shield is. This is totally the beginning of the game. You can also... Notice I'm just running past everything. Doesn't matter what level you are. Okay. You want to go back here and notice there's a camp spot here, right? Grace. There will be a guy here. Okay? Talk to him. And at some point, when you talk to him, he will become a vendor and you can buy stuff from him. And you want to buy a specific Ash of War. Okay. Oh, I've got it on a shield already. So there's an Ash of War. It's called like nothing or do nothing or something like that. Buy that Ash of War. Put that Ash of War on that heater shield. And you'll be able to do that where you stun them and then crit them. I must already have it on the shield. Let me check. I'm sure I bought it. Yeah, so see, okay, it's called no skill. Let me see. If I go back to that shield, Ashes of War, shield. See, it's this one right here. It's called no skill. And that's the one that you want to put on there. And I'm changing mine to lightning because I'm a lightning build now. I used to be a magic build. So, lightning. And by having that shield... Do I have it now? Oh, I thought I put it on. You'll notice the shield is much lighter than that last one. So now I have the shield. Oh. And normally, if you have a weapon... Oh. Alright. So remember the dagger thing I was telling you about? So if you get a dagger, you'll be able to do this. See how I'm scooting? Now, this one's slightly different. It's called Bloodhound Step, which is a higher version of it, but daggers automatically come with this skill. And the reason that you want it... Yeah, but the reason that you want it is... you know how sometimes you get stuck in... Yeah, so that's the Bloodhound's version of it does that little invisible thing. The regular version, you just see you scoot. You just go shunk, 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 same, otherwise same thing. The reason you want it is because if you end up in a field of rot or a poison swamp kind of area where you build up that poison, this will get you through it faster. And you can also use it to evade some stuff. If you don't have it, what you want to do, and this is going to sound crazy, is you want to use this. Jumping backwards. So normally when you use spacebar, for example, to run, if you're not touching anything and you just do this, it's jumping backwards. And it is not affected by deep water that slows you down. These are quality of life improvements, that's all. That's it. Just quality of life improvements. These are the things at the beginning of the game can make it much easier. But you want to grab your... Short chest. I want to put stuff away. I cannot store currently equipped items. But I probably spent the first 80 levels with a dagger ready to pull out. Just for that reason. But don't panic. Also, in case you didn't know, when you see the skulls with the light, they have runes in them. You can roll over them to break them. FYI. Now, just so that you know, past time until nightfall, I want it to be nighttime on purpose. Some of these shacks, if you pass until nightfall, there will be a guy that will invade you here. I've already beaten him here. Is the bell-bearing hunter. And you eventually do want to kill them. Just not right now. Sheep. That's another That is another nighttime boss. I just never killed him. And that got me the blue-feathered branch sword, which is actually, I believe, a... yeah. Raises defense when hit points is low. Yeah, there's... yeah, save it for later. You do want those guys. Eventually, have you gone to here yet? Have you been to the Round Table Hold? Okay. Eventually, you'll talk to someone that will send you to the Round Table Hold. When you get to the Round Table Hold, if you get a bell bearing, you run over here to these ladies, the Twin Maidens, whatever, and you offer a bell bearing. And I happen to have a couple of them. I have Moldmongers, and I have Gowries. That will let you either purchase more items here, or you can visit a sorcery shop. And this is just useful to know. When you see something like what you might want to buy, and it says number held 0, that's the key number. That means you don't have any yet. So if I want the pest threads, I can buy it here. Now it says I have number held 1. So if I find another vendor that's selling them, I'll know I don't need to buy it because you only need one copy of a spell, and you have it forever. These, he only has 0, but I already have one of all of them too. So see how under Glintstone Pebble, it says number held 1? That means I already have that one, so I don't want to buy it again. This is an Ash of War, which means having more than one doesn't hurt. And Spinning Weapon, I actually have an item with that, but I'm going to go ahead and buy it. Those ones are handy. Yeah. Blackguard's Bell Bearing, I'm going to buy all of these that I can. I use those all the time. And as you get later in the game, you'll get bell bearings that let you buy things like smithing stones, and you really want those. And just for argument's sake, when you kill your first boss, actually when you kill your second boss, you're going to be able to come and talk to this lady here.
It's babies.
And you can retreat, you can turn these in for items down here. You only pick one. They can be duplicated, but that's a whole different thing. So this Shadow Sunflower Blossom is just an absolutely stupidly powerful colossal weapon. I can't even use it. My strength is too low. It is obscene how powerful that item is if you need a colossal weapon. I've done a huge amount of a playthrough just using it. It's just kind of not fun. Just because it's so, like, OP. Anyhow, so these are different items. So this is the Melania. You can get one of these. I want that. That's how you use it. Yes, or boss-like weapons. Like, this boss doesn't use a weapon, but they have stuff that you can get for it. This boss uses this spell. I haven't been here in a while. This is a Mesmer. This is the Mesmer one. Dude, he's mean. It's not, I don't think that I want this. Why not?
Now go forth.
Have you encountered the big giant buildings that walk around and stomp?
You.
Oh, you'd know. Okay. If you spend one of those like I just did and you want to use it again, you can go to one of those walking mausoleums, they're called, and exchange it in those. But first you have to knock them down. This is so far not your concern. Don't sweat it, but that's how it's done. All right. I am going to go back here. I'm about out of time. This area is so absolutely wrong. Watch what happens. So notice I'm on. Did you see what just happened? Torrent just disappeared. Watch what happens when I try and summon Torrent. The spectral steed is frightened and cannot be summoned. You cannot use Torrent in here. This area is absolutely insane. This is good advice. This area is absolutely crazy. So, hidden down in there is a mob, a creature that is next to impossible to kill. And it will one-shot kill you. By the way, see this kind of message on the ground? This is a system one. This is not a player one. Don't let it see you. Once you are seen, there is no escape. It cannot even be touched. All that's mostly true. See that person, what they're wearing? If you had seen me playing yesterday, that's similar to the outfit I was wearing. I had that hat, that armor, everything. That's a Frost build. Now what you learn in here, look at its eyes. Even the sheep are messed up. Ugh. Alright. Oh, thanks for sticking around. I'm going to call it a night. Thank you, folks, for those that stuck around. Thank you for the coins and the gifts. I really appreciate them. I hope I give at least somewhat entertaining video to watch, maybe to listen to, maybe the explanations. Hope to see y'all back as I stream again. Y'all have an excellent, excellent night.